You are listening to the Supermom is Getting Tired podcast. I'm your host, Tori Henderson, and this is episode 159. All links and show notes can be found by going to lifecoachingforparents.com/159. Welcome to the Supermom is Getting Tired podcast. This show is designed for moms who invest everything into parenting, but get overwhelmed, lost, and resentful. Listen and learn how to unburden yourself. Feel calm, full of energy, and in control. I'm your host, Master Certified Life Coach, teacher, and recovering supermom, Tori Henderson. Hello, supermoms. How are you? I hope you are staying warm from the looks of things. It looks pretty chilly up there in North America. I am down here in Central America where things are very toasty warm. You think you'd come to Costa Rica to see wildlife and wild animals, but I'll tell you, this is my first time coming in January. It is filled of Canadians. This is where I want to say 10% of Costa Rica right now is Canadians. So that's as wild as we get down here. But I can understand why they would want to come. It's pretty chilly every place else. So I am excited to get to talk with you because I've got something really fun coming the next 9 episodes. I am going to do a very kind of brief overview and introduction to the Enneagram. Now, the Enneagram is this ancient system. Its origins are hard to trace back, but it seems to touch lots of different religions and philosophical systems, and going back to Plato and ancient Greece, I believe. But we're going to use it to help us become saner, wiser, more compassionate moms and humans. So this Enneagram and the 9 types are going to reveal patterns about how you interpret the world and the world around you. You will learn what's holding you back and get tools and tips to feel better using this system called the Enneagram. So the Enneagram is actually a symbol with points and lines and wings. It's a complex system that has been studied from many different perspectives. It is certainly worthy of a deep dive if you are interested, but this is a podcast and it's for busy moms. So we are not going to go into the nitty-gritty. We are just going to use the wisdom that it has to fine-tune our parenting, understanding the confusing people that live in our homes, including ourselves, and help us become the best moms and the best people that we can be. So by learning about our key motivations and fears, we can block out the noise of what society tells us we should care about and prioritize things that are most important to us, right? It's sort of getting down to the essence of what's right for us may not be what's right for everybody else. So these Enneagram types, there are 9, and they are formed by a combination of nurture and nature. You cannot pick and choose which Enneagram type you want your child to become. Wouldn't that be nice? I think what would be so nice is if they were the same as us, because then we would speak the same language. I have a niece who is the same Enneagram type as I am. And oh my goodness, life just is so easy and we just get each other and it's so lovely. But of course, my own children did not come out of the womb like me, nor did they evolve into an Enneagram type that is one that I really relate to. So, of course, you guys have seen your kids come into this world with personality and spirit. You know that sometimes the 2-year-old and the 12-year-old have a lot of personality similarities, right? You can kind of go back to how your kid was as a toddler and you can predict how they're going to be as a teenager, that sometimes it is just nature. And then other times it can be nurture of how we react when life happens to us can cause us to lean more towards one Enneagram type or another. I suggest you listen to all 9 types and see if someone you know pops into your mind. You might resonate with a little bit of each type, and that's okay because the deeper you go, the more similar we all become, and we all sort of have aspects of all the different types. It's not like if you're one, you're completely isolated alone on an island. There's always wings and we kind of move towards different types depending on how integrated or disintegrated we are. So I have been doing this podcast for 4 years now, and the one word that comes up most frequently from moms, if you look at the podcast topics that I've been doing for the last 4 years, the first word is tired. When moms are feeling bleh and they don't know exactly why, it often just shows up as fatigue. So that's why it's called Supermom's Getting Tired. But the second most common word that shows up when moms are asking questions and wanting help is motivation. How do I motivate my teenager? Why can't I motivate myself? I have lost my motivation. Where did it go? If you want to understand the root of motivating yourself and motivating others, then the next 9 podcasts are for you. So the first benefit is I'm hoping that it's going to help you understand yourself and your kids. Second one is I hope that you'll take away from these next 9 podcasts is compassion. So many moms I talk to are so hard on themselves, beating themselves up for not being good enough or getting frustrated with their kids because life could be so much easier and you're making it so much harder. Why can't you just do what I say? Follow the rules. I know right and wrong. I can help you with this. We can get really frustrated and not understand. By the way, if that sounds like you, that you're probably an Enneagram 1. There's a right way and a wrong way. And I could tell you the right way to do it. You don't have to try to figure it out for yourself. So a lot of banging the head against the wall happens in homes. And so my hope is that by understanding your Enneagram type and maybe your teenager's type, you can cut yourself some slack and go a little easier on yourself and easier on your kids, or at least try to understand where they're coming from. You can look at your friends and your family members and not take their challenging personalities quite so personally. We all have integrated and disintegrated aspects to our personalities. When a people-pleasing parent is struggling with a rude, opinionated teen, parenting tips can be super specific because you can look and that's just a typical 9 parenting a typical 8. Nothing is wrong. There's no pressure. It's nobody's fault. It's just a 9 parenting an 8. That's just a basic difference in how to move through the world and how to interpret the world. And there are tips that you can employ to make life with your 8 more enjoyable. If you are an Enneagram type 2 and your teen is struggling but doesn't want your help, it can be especially challenging. So understanding your child's Enneagram type can help you give to them in a way that they can actually receive, while it can also help you evolve into a better version of you and evolve your relationship with your teenager as they're growing up and leaving the house. That can be really tough if you're a type 2. So if you're listening to this and all these personality types and you're thinking, this is dumb, no one's going to put me in a box and tell me about myself, I cannot be categorized, then chances are you are an 8. So feel free to skip the next few episodes and wait until the Enneagram 8 podcast episode gets released. That way you can just learn about you and see what you think. If you want to continue the discussion and are interested, I suggest you go to the Supermom's Getting Tired Facebook group, where we'll be doing a little deeper dive, kind of trying to identify our types, what we think we are, who we think we're living with, and we're going to have a lot of fun in the Supermom's Getting Tired Facebook group. So please join. It is free. And now I will wish you pura vida. These 2 words that are used in Costa Rica as a greeting, as an adjective. It is the essence of life. Pura vida is optimism, no worries, pure and simple living. And I'm hoping that learning all about the Enneagram is going to increase your pura vida. Take care.
Want a free life coaching session? Go to lifecoachingforparents.com and schedule yours today. And thank you so much for listening. I would love it if you would subscribe and share these podcasts with your friends. If you have a question you'd like me to answer on the air, go to lifecoachingforparents.com/recordmyquestion, and you can send me a voicemail recording or write me an email, and I'll answer it on the air. Thanks again. Have a great day.